I just spammed the group chat of our team, the Natural Footballers team, completely full of sales tactics that I figured out right now and that I'm all applying to the DMs that I'm having. So what's my complete sales tactic via DMs in a community, a free community that already has a big traffic source? So to explain the situation really quickly, I work for a guy, a friend of mine, Harvey. He has a Instagram page with 80,000 followers, but it's like growing massively. It's now 87,000 followers. And I constantly put stories up there with call to actions, with scarcity, with time scarcity, tactics to get them onto school, because school is quite new, right? So you need to convince them to go, and it's free, so it's easy marketing. You do that every day, twice a day. We do twice a day call to action for the free community with different tactics, with the calls, with the spots, with like the courses, the free courses and everything. That's how we do it. And then when they join, I have 2 appointment setters working for me that are sending everyone who joins the DM. So if you get a pending member request, so now you can see it is, you can see that there are 4 pending members, and my appointment setters will accept them. And when they accept them, they will send them a standard message with like, hey, I'm one of the admins in here. How old are you? Where are you from? They will go through a script, and then they eventually will they will ask them what they want to reach in football, because it's a football page, a football community for football talents. So they will ask them, how good do you want to become? Blah blah. What's your potential? And then they ask them, okay, what are the top 3 things that you need to get there? Because then they will sell themselves, right? So when they sold themselves, you will pitch them the community. So we have a low ticket academy with actual the courses, and where Harvey has the one-on-one personal calls with everyone that needs to, and the group calls and everything. But like, that's not enough for most people, because a lot of people don't have they're not convinced by the whole idea, and they don't really know what it is. And if you leave it on that, you don't make money. So we have like a team with me, Harvey, like I'm the growth operator of Harvey. I manage the school community and his schedule. And then I have 2 appointment setters right now that are doing most of the DMs with the pending member request, because we have now a 1.5k members, and that's almost 1.6k. So you can imagine that those are a lot of DMs, because we DM everyone. But it is really important that you DM everyone who joins, because if you do it, and when you do this, you make them feel welcome. Otherwise they might churn really quickly, because it's a bit overwhelming, right? It's a lot of information, a lot of new posts, everyone is posting shit and they don't know what it is. So you personally DM them, like as a trust person, whatever, and you ask them what their goals are, where they are from, blah blah. They feel welcome, and then you will pitch them the academy. If you want to take it really seriously, in this case it's about football. If you like, now it's summer, right? It's now the 4th of August. So you can tell them like, okay, when is your first training, or when is your first game? They will tell you like, oh, in 2 weeks or in 4 weeks, whatever. And then you tell them, okay, do you really want to change your whole playing style before that, so you can train some separate things? And then when you come back to your club and you will like train with your coach, or you will play a game, that your coach will be completely overwhelmed by how good you are, and with all the tactics that you applied from Harvey's courses, because he has good courses in there. I really trust his quality, because I saw it and it's good quality. If it's not good quality, you shouldn't work with the person. So I saw those courses and I'm convinced by it. So I will also convince other people, because I genuinely think that it's good quality. So now people are throwing objections, like they are giving objections. Why should I join? I don't really know. I don't have the money. I just had a DM with someone that told me like, oh, I can't pay $97 a month, because it's now $97 a month. Oh, I cannot pay that. That's too much for me every month. And I told them like, okay, you can do it one time. You can cancel after 1 month. If you don't like it, if you didn't learn anything, you can just get your money back, or you can just cancel and don't pay the next month, whatever. If they're making problems, then you can give them their money back, but most of them won't, because they actually learn a lot. So maybe you have some problem situations that they really want their money back and just give it, but like 99% won't do that, because it's actually high quality and they will actually implement the tactics in the courses, so they will learn a bunch. But the point of this video is to explain my situation, like how I get them on DMs and eventually in the paid community, because we're growing massively with paid members. We're already on 15, I believe, with like a serious amount of MRR. And we just started in 2 weeks, like it's barely 2 weeks going on. I don't have this client for too long. Like I want to have him for long, but we just started for 2 weeks. Don't get me wrong. I want to work with him for a long period of time. And like I said, I'm actually convinced by his quality and by everything he does. That's why I want to help other people as well with his products. And that's why I work with him and for him to convince other people. So what are some smart tactics to use? And I will just implement the football tactic because it's for us, it's about football, but you can apply this to entrepreneurship, you can apply this to the gym, you can apply this to family situations if you help husbands with their wife or with their children, or pregnant women with whatever. You can just apply this to everyone and anyone. So one of the tactics that I use is telling them that it's for 1 month only. Like, you can tell them, okay, you can pay it for 1 month and then skip it for the next month. You can just cancel your subscription. Another risk-free thing that you can say is, okay, if you don't like it within 14 days, you can get your money back, because then I think, oh, there's no risk, because if I don't like it, I get my money back, which is nice. And if I like it, it's worth my money. So like, either way, I win. That's a good one. That's one of the strongest one that you can use. Another thing is, now it's summer of course, but like further in the year it's still applicable, is it a word? I don't know. You can still apply it, and you tell them, okay, like, when is your next game, or when is your next call up for the first team or whatever. Yesterday we had a Q&A call, and one guy is actually close to the first team of a big club, so we had some serious questions about battling with a first team striker, how he can become the first team striker, and Harvey gave some solid advice on that. But you can just completely become personal with those guys. If you have someone from like Algeria, you can just mention that Mahrez, the footballer Mahrez, comes from there, and that he did this as well, because they feel related to that guy, right? That's the biggest guy from their country. They know him for sure because he is playing for their national team. You can just mention those guys. Or when someone is like Argentinian, like from Argentina, you can just call some top players like Maradona, Messi, Bava, Di Maria, whatever. You can just name those people, and they will feel they will relate to those guys because they see them play for the national team, right? And they will immediately, unconsciously like you more. So whatever, if you're from the USA and you're helping some people that have some big people in their niche, entrepreneurs for example, if some entrepreneurs from South Africa, I believe Mr. Beast is from South Africa, but I don't know for sure, you can just say him like, oh, you can become the next Mr. Beast, blah blah. Like, you can just make it more relatable. That's one of the tactics. One of the other tactics is just, if it takes some time, you can tell them like, okay, if you have like 1 week left and you apply those specific tactics or the specific trainings that Harvey has in the community, you can actually train those things, and within 30 days you will have results, and you will like overwhelm your coach completely with the results you have. Make it personal. Like, the script is like personal, and you just want to get the information and want to see if they respond, because of course 1,500 people, not everyone is responding. Like, maybe 30% is responding and actually 10% continue talking to you, or I think a little bit more, but whatever. Like, not everyone replies of course. So let the conversation continue, and eventually you can pitch the community and handle their objections. So try to make it as personal as possible. Like I said, with the country they are from, like their national team, make it about their next game in football, or when they like, imagine they have a personal trainer and you're helping them with diet. You can tell them like, oh, you can lose a lot of weight, so your personal trainer will be impressed. Or when you help like pregnant women make their relationship with their husband better, whatever. Such a random thing. I think if they are pregnant, they already have a good relationship. I hope so, but you know what I mean. You can say, okay, if you apply those two things, or when you help husbands with a porn addiction, you can tell them, okay, if you apply those tactics, if you do this and this, you will get rid of the addiction within 14 days, and your wife will be really happy because you finally have some libido and you want to do things. You know what I mean. Make it personal and make them do it for someone else that they love. So your trainers, your coach, they value their coach. Your coach is going to be impressed, or your husband is going to be impressed, or your son is going to be impressed. Those are the tactics, the sales tactics that you want to use. And a little disclaimer on the end, I'm just doing this for 14 days, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But this seems to work for me. This seems to work for other people. So I'm applying this, and yeah, for now it works. Eventually I will just keep talking, keep rambling on this channel. So if it doesn't work, you will also hear it. But for now this makes sense, and this works really well because people feel related, right, to your conversation. And just within 20 minutes, I got someone from a complete stranger to someone who's willing to pay $97 on the community and actually give me a nice commission. So those are some tactics that you can use for just DM conversation and just some cold text conversations. And yeah, I hope you learned something from it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.